Hello, welcome back to my playthrough of Mr. Love Queen's Choice. This is not going to be a gameplay episode. This is some metagame commentary I have due to some content that just released over in Love DeepSpace. That's related to some things I've talked about here. So if you're not interested in commentary like that, you can skip ahead and you won't miss anything. The next couple episodes will be uh, Gavin dates, and then we'll be continuing on with the story after that. I have already recorded gameplay footage up through episode 43. I just haven't got it all processed and uploaded yet. So there's still lots of content to come. So uh, if this isn't your thing, feel free to move on to get back into the game stuff, since I don't want to bore anyone with stuff they don't find interesting. You might have noticed that this picture we got here is not from a card we've gotten in our playthrough yet. So yeah, this is not the playthrough account. This is my uh, my personal game account, the main account I play with. And I'll probably be showing some things from one of my alt accounts as well, mainly as a means to try and get around the synchronization issues in trying to talk about things from current events happening in real time without uh, giving away spoilers of story events that we haven't yet covered in the playthrough. And I think being able to show some of the different cards available for Lucien, even just the imagery themselves, will help kind of convey the depth of personality that we haven't yet encountered, um, but without spoiling any of the main story events. So yeah, this is going to be more stuff about Lucien, even though I keep saying that I don't want to keep doing that. Because fact of the matter is, I could keep talking about this guy forever with like great vivacity and enthusiasm, because I find his character and lore just so utterly fascinating in an intellectual sense, and I really empathize with a lot of his anguish and misadventures. However, I'm pretty sure most viewers going to be coming to these videos looking for uh, gaming or romantic content rather than geeked out uh, intellectual deep dives about places where science and philosophy uncomfortably intersect. But I'm bringing them up again today because how some new content that was just released for Zayne in Love and DeepSpace relates to some of my earlier commentary about Lucien. So I kind of wanted to circle back to address that. Uh, Love and DeepSpace is the sequel to this game, and the main characters there are pretty strongly derived from the characters here. Not completely exact. There are differences, but enough similarity that I think that if players who come from Love and Deep Space first and then play this game would probably uh, end up picking one of the characters here that was related to their main there. So if someone was from Love and Deep Space was a player of Zayne as a man, they would probably instinctively pick Lucien uh, as their main here, and it was actually one of my concerns. Uh, in addition to the geeky stuff I was talking about having too much Lucien content, since Lucien, obviously is my main, so he's the one I know the most about and can talk the most about. I need to learn more about the other guys to give them equal respect and consideration. However, I was kind of concerned if players who were used to Zayne came here and picked Lucien, thinking he was like Zayne, they would be kind of jarred by some of his content, because Zayne is a much more mature and disciplined character. I think I've said in a previous episode I could see Zayne being a more matured form of Lucien, but Lucien himself is not Zayne, and will treat the player very differently than Zayne would, which could be a difficult experience if you were actually had we're coming here with having some emotional attachment to having played Zayne, and then you come here expecting Lucien to be like the same, and then he starts yelling at you and throwing you up against a wall when you're not expecting it. That would suck. And I am not putting that kind of date content in here, even though uh, things like that happen. And like I said in a previous episode, there are different themes in the game for different niche audiences, and you know I don't feel the need to explore them all. We will just explore enough. uh, Anyways, something I had said about Lucien before was that I thought he was the kind of character that what he needed most uh, in his life, in a relationship, not necessarily from a romantic relationship, but some kind of, positive support relationship, is a person or people who could speak to him more on his intellectual level, and challenge him, that basically, trying to talk him out of trying to become the Hersher of finality. Okay, and when I said that, that was a metaphor for events that happen in a different game, Honkai Impact Third, to basically kind of try to convey my thoughts about things that go on with him without giving spoilers about what happens in this specific game. And at the time, I kind of meant it in the context of the direction I perceived that he was trying to go and be, but something that he should rethink his path, and not go down there, and and pursue better options. Because I think a lot of his character is there's a lot of tension between the man that he is and what he's trying to become, because he doesn't accept that he's good enough as he is. Um, and that's where I see a lot of his stuff about survival of the fittest, and evolution stuff comes in. But then the new myth cards just dropped for Zayne and Love and Deep Space, and they actually hit a lot closer to the Hersher of finality sentiments than I was originally intending. And give me a sec while I pull up a clip here.
Obliteration ordained by fate.
Cannot be defied.
Heed the decree of two gods.
What shouldn't exist ought to crumble in Oblivion's hands.
Sins and transgressions.
They can't be hidden.
This is where you shall perish. Struggling is a futile endeavor. Then I want you to stay by my side forever, starting from this moment.
So, yeah, God of Annihilation version of Zayne was not something I was expecting. And when I was talking about the Ursher of Finality part, I meant that in the sense of, the direction I thought he was going, not something I thought he actually achieved. Of course, keep in mind, I haven't yet seen most of Season 2 yet, so there's still a lot of content that I haven't seen yet of the main storyline. But from the cards I've acquired from him so far, you can see it. There's definitely lots of different facets to his personality. And let me also pull up my other account real quick here. He has a lot of depth and different sides to his personality, but nothing quite at that level that I've encountered yet of like such destructive omnipotence. So that's why I was thinking he hadn't actually achieved such a state, that it was just something he was aspiring to. But the new myth story for Zayne causes me to rethink, making me wonder if it's actually the reverse case instead. Or maybe he has some cognizance of a different time and place where he was this supernatural being and is now feeling challenges from having to live within the confines of normal mortal humanity instead of the other way around that I was originally thinking. So let me play the entirety of the whole promotional trailer. Although some parts are going to be edited because some of them might be considered by some people as being not safe for work or family, and I don't want them to surprise anyone who's watching here with stuff like that unexpected. So yeah, let me pull that up real quick.
Your injuries. This is your resistance against me. I have answered your pleas and your desires. To seek help from the gods, you should let the gods hear your supplications. Between us, there is nothing but endless taking.
Obliteration ordained by fate.
Cannot be defied.
Heed the decree of two gods.
What shouldn't exist ought to crumble in Oblivion's hands.
Sins and transgressions.
They can't be hidden.
This is where you shall perish. Struggling is a futile endeavor. Then I want you to stay by my side forever, starting from this moment. My power has been nearly depleted. I should send you away from here now.
Give me your hand.
You actually gave all your power to me. Don't leave me before the snow stops. I'll wait for our reunion. Understood. Feel this, and remember what I'm giving you. Fortunately, yes, we still have time to watch this sunset.
Obliteration is the mercy of the grand. Witness divine retribution. Now the chance. It is falling apart. Impudent. What were stolen? This is the punishment it deserves. Keep your head up. There won't be any more losses. Don't stare into the darkness. Seek rebirth.
So, that was something I was completely not expecting. Although I do play Love DeepSpace too. In addition to this, I've been away from it for a while. Well, I've been focusing on recording this series, and I wasn't really expecting to be interested in the new myth for Zayne, since I wasn't really interested in his previous ones. My main in that game is Raphael, and Caleb and Xavier are my secondaries, and while Zayne and Silas get totally neglected by me. But I log back in to test out some new hardware I got for possibly doing some recordings out in the future, since Love DeepSpace does work with BlueStacks, but it's still a lot easier to do on a touchscreen than than with PC controls. So I had to get some hardware set up to be able to run directly from tablet into my recording software. So that's what I had originally logged in for. But then was really surprised by the new event turning out to be a lot more like I would associate with Lucien rather than Zayne. And though I haven't yet seen this level of power dynamic from Lucien so far, it just really floored me how exactly it was like I imagined that he was aspiring to be. Um, and that he should be talked out of because he'd probably regret it. And here, that's exactly what you see: the achievement of it and the regretting of it. And well, I think it's probably always going to be a mystery how the guys of Mr. Love Queen's Choice really relate to um, to those of Love and Deep Space. Um, I think it's it's a conceivable possibility that what we've seen here as being parts of Zane's past could also you know be suggested to be Lucien's future. So there might be a lot more relationship between Lucien and Zane than I originally thought. But in any case, I guess I don't have to worry anymore at this point that any players of Zane from Love and Deep Space are going to be surprised at any of Lucien's content now, because the stuff I worried about that might have been a little intense with Lucien's stuff, and none of it was anywhere near as intense as that. And while I should probably remain mindful that most viewers probably don't want to listen to a lot of me rambling about Lucien's particular intellectual and emotional. At least I think going forward, I don't need to worry so much about there being a lot of disconnect between players of Love and Deep Space and this. Uh, as a gamer, I do think that Love and Deep Space is the better game of the two. However, that being said, I still end up playing this one a lot more um, because I think it has the better literary narrative, um, which to me is a rarer and more valuable thing to find. So I will continue prioritizing this game over Love and Deep Space for now, unless there's a lot of feedback that comes in that requests otherwise. And most likely, the next few games I do after this one will be completely different games entirely, like Daggerfall, um, Mountain Blade Warband, and Fae Farm. Plus, there's some new indie games I just got from Humble Bundle. I might check out. I might put something up for them to support them if they turn out to be pretty cool. But I did want to include this bit of crossover here from the Love and Deep Space lore because it seemed to tie in a bit with stuff I was already saying about Lucien. So it seemed relevant to bring up, and And like I said, it will have an impact on the content I do here, since now I am no longer worried about Zane players being possibly freaked out by Lucy's content. So, yeah, anyway, so I think that's all I really had to say there. So I'll stop talking now. Thank you for listening me ramble on about this stuff. And I will be back again with more episodes soon. Take care.